Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now, before we get into today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter at WF Talks for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And what a weekend it has been. There's been goals galore up and down the top European leagues, and there's even been a championship confirmed in the second division over here in England. So let's talk here in England with the game. So league leaders Chelsea managed to beat Reading 5-0 this past weekend, with Sam Kerr scoring 2 goals for Emma Hayes' side, as a victory saw them return to the top of the table following Arsenal's victory earlier on in the weekend, which saw them previously leapfrog the Blues. Speaking on Arsenal, they themselves managed to beat Leicester City 5-0 with Beth Mead, Viviana Miedema and Tobin Heath being amongst the goals, as well as an own goal from Ashley Plumtree to help the Gunners to victory and keep up that fight for the title here in England. Elsewhere, Manchester United kept their fight for the Champions League really well with a 1-0 victory over Brighton, with Leah Galton scoring the sole goal of the game there to keep the Red Devils in third place for now. Elsewhere, Tottenham lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, with Ramona Petzelberg scoring the sole goal of that game. Manchester City beat West Ham United 2-0, but the main thing out of that game, was that Chloe Kelly returned to Manchester City as coming on as a second half substitute on the hour mark after 11 months out with an ACL injury that she sustained obviously last May, so that was great to see there. And the Friday night game between Birmingham and Everton finished 0-0, not the result that Birmingham needed obviously in terms of trying to stay in the division, but I think it's a matter of when rather than if they get relegated at this point. And in the second division here in England, it was congratulations are in order to Liverpool FC, who were managed to be crowned championship with champions of the championship with 2 games to go, beating Bristol City 4-2 in a game that saw over 5,000 fans attend the game at Ashton Gate, which is absolutely incredible. So that set a new record for the FA Women's Championship, and obviously on the back of a fantastic week of games which saw loads of fans and records broken left, right and centre. It's just absolutely incredible to see. Right, let's head over to Spain now, and Barcelona beat Villarreal 6-1 on Saturday with a hat-trick coming from Claudia Pina. Elsewhere, Athletic Club and Valencia finished 2-2. Madrid CFF beat Real Sociedad 1-0. Real Betis could only hold Atletico Madrid to a 1-1 draw. Levante beat Sevilla 3-0. Eibar beat Alaves 2-0. Granadilla Tenerife beat Rayo Vallecano 2-1. And the shock result saw Sporting Covuela beat Real Madrid 3-1 there in Spain. Over into Germany next, and a game that many people would have expected to be a close in terms of the fight for the title wasn't in the end, as Wolfsburg put 6 past Bayern Munich, who did have a much more available squad than the one they had midweek, but were unable to stop the Wolves of Wolfsburg winning 6-0 in a game that has pretty much given one hand on the title, you would assume, to Wolfsburg. Elsewhere in that division, Eintracht Frankfurt beat Karl Zeiss Jena 4-0. Turbine Potsdam beat FC Cologne 2-0. SC Sand and SGS Essen played out a 1-1 draw. Werder Bremen and Freiburg finished 0-0, and Hoffenheim beat Bayer Leverkusen 3-0. So the results gives Wolfsburg a 4-point lead at the top of the Frauen Bundesliga. Over to the Netherlands, and just the 4 games this past weekend. Den Haag beat Zwolle 2-0. Feyenoord beat VV Alkmaar 3-1. FC Twente put 5 past Excelsior Barendrecht, and the other game between PSV and Heerenveen finished 1-0 to PSV. So a few more games left of the season there in the Netherlands before we have a trophy crowned for the winners, but FC Twente have a 3-point lead over Ajax, who obviously didn't play this past weekend. Next we head to Italy, and it's congratulations to Juventus, who have secured a place in the Champions League next season after their 3-1 victory against Sampdoria yesterday. Elsewhere, AC Milan beat Empoli Ladies 3-0. Hellas Verona lost 7-1 to AS Roma, so a fantastic result there for Roma. Lazio beat Napoli 1-0. Sassuolo put 3 past Pomigliano, and Inter Milan beat Fiorentina 2-0. So the other few places in Italy are close, but Juventus look like they're running away with the title there, with a 5-point gap between themselves and Roma in second. And finally, over to France, and it is advantage once again to Lyon in terms of the fight for the title, as they beat Guingamp 2-0, and Paris Saint-Germain could only draw the Paris derby 0-0 with Paris FC. Elsewhere, Bordeaux picked up a victory against ICFF 3-0, with Katja Snoosh being the star player in that game with 1 goal and 2 assists. Fleury 91 beat Choyo Charente 1-0, and Stade Rennes beat Montpellier 2-1, and in the final game there between Saint-Etienne and Dijon, it was postponed and will be replayed at a later date. So it is advantage, like I said, to Lyon, who have that big gap between themselves, and Paris Saint-Germain now 47 points, PSG are on 52 Lyon. So, and obviously Lyon are yet to lose this season in the French league, so it is big times now as we come towards the end of the season. Title races are drawing towards a close as we head towards the final few weeks of the season, but now we are on an international break where we have some World Cup qualifiers for some teams and friendlies for others, so this next 2-week period will be all focus on international sides. See how Serena Wiegmann's England can get on, Mark Parsons' Netherlands get on, and other teams as well. So we'll keep you updated with any of the breaking news that will happen over the next few weeks or so, and anything interesting you'll find it here first on this channel, and find it on our Twitter page at WF Talks for all the latest news and stories. And until next time, like I said at the start, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. And until next time, we'll see you soon.